are the babies crying? Why are the babies crying? The babies are crying. Why are they crying? What's your guess? Are they hungry? Babies do get hungry. We all get hungry. Maybe they have a dirty diaper. I've never been a mother myself, but all the ladies out there with babies, if you are the one solely responsible for feeding yourself, then I assume you are responsible for the baby and infant you are taking care of in its adolescent life, and that includes the house, the shelter, the food, everything you give that child. You clothe it, you bathe it, you feed it, you change its diaper. So why don't you take care of yourself? That should be numero uno before you even consider having a child. Wow, I'm gonna be turning some graves here. There are mothers and graves everywhere just thinking, where do you get off as a man talking about infancy, childbirth, breastfeeding? I'm gonna talk about breastfeeding. I know very little about breastfeeding. I haven't even read a book on breastfeeding. This is what I know about breastfeeding. What I do know is that so far the human species, for the most part, the larger percentage of the population is not eating the way it is intended to eat and is creating a load of degenerative diseases in shapes and forms. Really all depends on where your weakness is in your dam. And I say dam as a metaphor because that is what we all are, is just a dam holding water, waiting for our weakness to burst. What's my weakness? I'll tell you. I have diabetes in my family, colon cancer in my family, Alzheimer's, arthritis, osteoporosis. You list it. I probably am a candidate. I'm not exactly the strongest constitution you could imagine. But what I do know is that the body requires certain things in order to get the nutrition it needs. And on top of that, also what the body doesn't need. And the body does not need any foods that create an acidic environment. Say it again. Acidic environment is not going to help you or your babies. Anything you eat turns into the breast milk. The breast milk feeds the infant. The infant gets sick, gets disgusted with its own putrid filth that's just coagulating in its bloodstream. That's right. We need to feed our babies. We don't need to make our babies' blood dirty. And that starts with you. It starts with you before you even conceive a child or even perceive of thinking of a child. What you need to do is eat more in tune with your species. If you want to know how to eat in tune with your species, then read or just visit the tropics, because we are primates. Do we have any teeth that are meant for tearing animal flesh? Could you or I tear open an animal of this nature at this time as carnivores or even omnivores? That's blowing my mind, because we don't have any of the divine teeth or body organs for digesting raw meat. And you may argue that. You may say, hey, I eat sushi and I feel great. It's raw food and fish, and that's just the way I was. I was brought up that way, and so was I. I was brought up to eat all of the things you'd eat. That's right, I would be at the burger joint and first thing in the morning on the weekends after I went out drinking the night before. But do you see me continuously doing that in my life? No, because I want to make a change. I want to change the world. I want to start with myself on a cellular level. I want to change the 100 trillion cells in my body that create the Matthew Abram that is Malor. That's right. If you can just perceive that for 1 second, that we can all change into something else other than what we began to be persuaded to be. Starting off in the education system, starting off in the society system of the governments and the control and the oppression. The oppression and the complete just diluting of what our spirit and soul is supposed to be. And that goes into religion as well. Anything that is being capitalized on as a form of control, because the power is the money. But what they don't realize, these people in power, is that if we can individually claim our power and our identities for our own, then there's nothing that we cannot do, because we are a metaphysical species. Scientifically speaking, we are electromagnetic species. Feed your babies clean breast milk. The only way to do that is to clean your body before even having the baby. Now, if you do have a baby, if you are pregnant right now, make a change. Make a change. Do it for somebody else other than you. And stop thinking about just getting that money and filling your pockets and trying to save as much money as you can. If you need more money, make more money. Don't pinch your money and chintz on your family. Feed your family what they need. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Okay, this is Matthew Malloy, and I want you to just follow me on this journey as I just try and preach and let you know that I'm with you. I'm in on this together with you. I'm going through the same things. Money is just an object, but your health will always be a part of you. Don't die of degenerative diseases. Don't die of any way other than natural causes of old age. Gracefully transcend and ascend. Have a graceful life. Age gracefully and take care of your family and love each other. And don't be acidic. All things acidic just lead to more acids. And we're not meant to be an acidic species. We're supposed to be a loving species. Who here will argue with me? I have a question for you. Do you disagree that love is powerful? Do you really think that we are supposed to hate one another? These countries warring, these governments debating, these people fighting over the last bar of soap, the last roll of toilet paper, the toothpaste, whatever it is you have that you are fighting for. One second. Taking these dogs for a walk, and they're a handful. Let's see if we can get them on camera as they torch it up on. Hey! Let's see. Any minute now. Any minute. Here they come. See them? There's one. There's two. Number 3. Ariella, you can stay there. Here we come. All right, let's go. Carrying on, I'm gonna try and record this as I walk. You and I are frugivores. We are meant to eat fructose sugars, the simplest sugar there is, that is the most superior sugar that your body can consume, digest, utilize, and absorb, and utilize it the most efficiently. And that is because it is the only simple sugar and the only sugar in our society on earth that will give you birth to more energy. And that energy comes from the fructose, which directly diffuses into the cell. It is the only sugar that diffuses directly into your cells. All the other sugars, they require insulin. Complex carbohydrates, which are complex sugars, are too difficult for your body to break down. Same thing goes with protein structures. If you are eating complete proteins, then your body has to break that apart and utilize it the best it can by first disassembling it or tearing it apart to create amino acids. Then that amino acids can be stored as glycogen by the liver, or it can be used, the amino acids, instantaneously for building and repair. Same thing goes for fats. Fats, you want to be eating the most bioavailable fats that are available on this planet. That would include coconuts, the coconut fat, the coconut meat, nut meat. But you want to make sure that you're soaking and sprouting your nuts before you go and ingest them, because then they have the enzyme inhibitors that prevent you from being able to digest them in the first place. And also, they are toxic. Full circle. You don't want to eat anything that is toxic. The more toxins you have in your body and the more that you aren't eliminating, that is a key point. Elimination. If you're not eliminating, if you're not pooping, if you're not sweating, if you are not excreting lymphatic lymph fluid from your kidneys, then you aren't getting rid of the toxins that are accumulating now in your body. And then what does your body do with that? Your body begins to absorb those fats, whatever it is, anything that's coagulating and stuck in your body. I'm frustrated. I'm really frustrated because the more people I try to help, the more I realize how brainwashed people are by the system, by the Dairy Society, by the doctors, by everybody that is just spreading propaganda. And this too, you're probably saying right now, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I've been eating meat forever. My family's been, my generations. But look where your generations are. Everybody, Raise your hand if you know somebody that has been in a hospital, has had an organ removed, has a gland removed, has some kind of exhausted gland, or some other function that is just exhausted. Come on, answer me truthfully. Do you know anybody, unless you're living in a bubble or the tropics, do you know a single person that doesn't know a person that's been labeled with a degenerative disease? Well, tell you what, I have no cure. I only have education. I am not a doctor. I just study the anatomy and physiology, chemistry of the human body in its most simplistic form. And that's what we should be. We need to get back to the basics because we've made health too much of a intellect thing. We're getting too intellectual with health. But the truth of the matter is, we are not only intellectual. We are a very simple species that requires simple things. A man can live off water for 40 days or more. It goes for women too, but humankind. If you actually met me, I'm the most calm person you will ever meet. But I got a fire inside me, and that is to prevent anybody else from having to go through the things that the common medical practice is claiming are the only solutions to the pollutions that are invading your body and ruining the vitality you deserve. So subscribe to my channel. I'm Matthew Malore. If you want to be healed, if you want to be saved, this isn't the channel for you. This is the channel for education to allow your body to take care of itself. And it starts with your choices. And if you are responsible for the children of this world, if you are responsible for anybody but yourself, then you have to take consideration for the people that you are also taking care of. Because that is karmic nature, and you don't want to go messing with karma, because then you just got to put more time into correcting that long list of Akashic records, if you're into that metaphysical jargon. Alright, I've rambled long enough. Thanks for tuning into my channel, and please come back, because we're all friends here, and we've got to heal this world, because this world is all we got. For now, at least. Take care.